Hey guys, this is Pushkar Shirke for Project Battlefit, and today we're talking about what is Krav Maga and should you learn it. Alright, so Krav Maga is not a combat sport, first off. Alright, Krav Maga is, in its most essential sense, a mixed martial combat system. Alright, what that means is that it's a precursor to Jeet Kune Do. Alright, so the founder, the creator of Krav Maga, Emil Lichtenfeld, created Krav Maga as a reaction to the Nazi oppression of the Jews. So during that time, he realized that the traditional skills of wrestling and boxing do not carry over perfectly well to the necessities of the scenarios that they were facing as people. Alright, so he decided to mix up a bunch of martial art forms, pick up the most effective techniques from each, and use them to create a combat system that made people capable of aggressively going against people who were oppressing them. Alright, so in its very foundation itself, it was declared by me himself as a continuously evolving combat system. Alright, he himself insisted that you keep trying on techniques and stuff that doesn't work, you throw it out and adapt or inculcate or use what works. So Krav Maga by itself over the years has constantly kept evolving. Alright, and you can see that in a lot of techniques in Krav Maga that have now been shunned, but a lot that has been adapted from other martial art forms and stuff that is more relevant in modern day. So when Emil Lichtenfeld made it, it was purely for the Jewish citizens to defend themselves against Nazi oppressors, police who would randomly come and beat them, kill them, pick them up, put them in jails. So it was absolutely aggressive. So Krav Maga by itself was not a self-defense form as such. It was absolutely aggressive and went all out. And it is still the chosen combat system taught to the Israeli Defense Forces compulsorily, and it's taught to defense forces across the world. Okay, there are adaptations of Krav Maga which are taught to civilians for self-defense. Now remember, these are adaptations because a civilian does not have the right to kill, a civilian does not have the right to seriously injure someone. So a lot of it has been toned down for civilian usage, and that is important. Okay, because as a civilian you need to realize that not always can you go all out on the offensive. Okay, a lot of Krav Maga is very sensible in the way it's placed, that it understands boundaries of conflict. It does not put you into a fight. It makes you capable of understanding conflict. Alright, creating peripheries of aggression around yourself, keeping the enemy at a distance, understanding space, and then de-escalating a conflict if needed, and then engaging and escaping if needed. Alright, so it's very practical, it's very sensible, and the best advantage is that it takes into account the most common assaults and situations possible and teaches you to deal with them directly, which is something a lot of traditional martial arts miss out on, because you spend 4 to 5 years learning a certain bunch of techniques, and then you spend another 2 to 3 years being able to adapt them to use them in real life. Okay, that carryover is not there, whereas Krav Maga is practical application only. Yes, it makes a huge difference whom you train Krav Maga with. There are a lot of bunch of people who are randomly, I would call them worse than YouTube taught, right? Who just run classes for the sake of giving out certificates, and they only drill practice techniques, never spar. It's just ridiculous. And that is not only for Krav Maga, that's for a lot of martial arts nowadays. People give out belts like they are candy. People give out promotions and certificates like oh, you've completed X amount of days with us, so here's a certificate for you. And that is not how self-defense should ever be taught, or combat sports should ever be taught, right? If you cannot practically use what you're learning in real life, you're wasting your time. So even when you learn Krav Maga, make sure you learn it with someone who has a thorough grounding on how to use it in real life and insists on practical training, right? There is no martial art in the world that you can learn only through drills or online education. You need to practice. You need to have resistance. You cannot always train with cooperating opponents. There has to be some level of resistance or give and take, so that you know whether this technique works or does not work, what needs to be fixed, does not need to be fixed. Because the first time you get attacked, most people go into shock. They are not used to dealing with aggression. And that is why it makes a huge difference where you train Krav Maga, alright? And you can never compare, okay? Is Krav Maga better or XYZ better? Because to have a better comparison, better or worse comparison, you need to be talking of the two same things, but it's not the two same things. It's apples and oranges. Krav Maga is for very reactive, proactive, actual self-defense and survival above everything else. Krav Maga doesn't teach you to win a fight, it teaches you to survive a situation. Huge difference there, alright? And I am thoroughly of the belief that the more martial arts, like the legit martial arts you learn along with Krav Maga, the better your foundation becomes, the better your capacity becomes to execute the skills that are already there in Krav Maga. Alright? If you have a thorough base in another martial art, you will pick up the skills of Krav Maga much faster, making you much more efficient. If you see the topmost guys in Krav Maga in the world today, they all have multiple disciplines of training. They have all done boxing, wrestling, BJJ, tactical firearm defenses, and Kali or Eskrima, and stuff like this. In fact, Kali and Eskrima are an integral part of knife work when Krav Maga is taught to combatives. So that is how it's always forever evolving. So if you think you can learn one thing in life and stop there, that is not how any learning in life works. Every learning is a continuous process. And in my opinion, I think everybody should spend at least 2 years of their life learning Krav Maga, and then it's up to them whether they practice the same and get better at it, or expand their arsenal and learn other martial arts and make it even stronger and better. Like the other martial arts that I highly recommend are BJJ, that's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, Muay Thai. Nowadays, a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu schools also combine judo, wrestling, and catch wrestling in it, which is extremely efficient. So, and Muay Thai is one of the best striking skills out there. Kali and Eskrima for knife and stick work, and obviously tactical firearm training, so that if you end up ever disarming anyone or in a situation where you need to use a gun, you don't panic and you know exactly how to use it. Alright? Guns are very common today, so you are at a real huge disadvantage if you don't know how to deal with them and how to work them. Alright? So that is all I have to say about Krav Maga. I myself teach Krav Maga along with Krav Maga Global, and in Gurgaon we teach at Warriors Cove MMA, and in Delhi we teach at Battlefield Gym in Dwarka. Krav Maga Global has a lot of affiliations and a lot of centers across India, and Krav Maga Global is run by Eyal Yanilov, who is a direct student of Emil Lickenfield, and it is one of the very few absolutely legit organizations running Krav Maga today. So if you're looking to learn Krav Maga, look for legit spaces and legit people who teach it, and look to keep an open mind and really learn what you can from there and improvise on it and work on it and make yourself better and capable of defending yourself. That's all I have to say. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments or ask me directly. And if you like the content I put out, please follow, subscribe to this channel, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, show us the support that we need to keep putting out good content for you guys. Alright, this is Pushkaraj Shirke for Project Battlefit. Take care and stay strong.